Hello everyone and welcome to this new algorithm challenge, Diff Two Arrays. It's from the Intermediate Algorithm Scripting Challenges of FreeCodeCamp. I am covering this series after I cover the Basic Algorithm series. If you want to watch the Basic Algorithm series, I put a link somewhere here. So this exercise, we have two arrays and we want to return a new array with only the items that are found in one of the two given arrays, but not both. So for example, if we have 1, 2, 3, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we would return an array that only has 4 on it because it's only present in one of the arrays, but not in both. So we have as inputs the array 1 and array 2. We see them here. Okay, so and they already prepared this for us, although I would use a let instead of a var. We want to join the two arrays, join both arrays into one. So this is gonna be the new array. Let's do const first and then change it afterwards if it's necessary. Let and const, the difference is that you cannot reassign const, whereas with let you can always reassign it. How we can do that is, for example, by concatenating. Concatenating is basically that you add something onto another thing. So we are basically adding array 2 onto array 1 to create the new array. Okay, and then we are returning the new array. So we're gonna console log that. Let's see. So there we have it. That's our new array. So that's concatenating, basically. And we also have the possibility to go a bit crazier and be like, with the spread operator, we're gonna add the contents of both arrays into one. But put all of the contents from the array 1 inside of the new array. So this is the spread operator that does that. And the same goes for the second element. It should be all the elements, all the contents from array 2. And then we return the new array. So that's the joining of both arrays. And then what we want to do is, with the new array, filter out contents that appear on both arrays. So for that we have the filter function. The filter function basically takes an array and you put a condition, and that condition has to be fulfilled. Otherwise, the elements of the array that do not fulfill that condition will be filtered out. And the other ones, in this case, if the length of a word is bigger than 6, then it's gonna stay in this constant. So we see here that the input is all the words from here that have more than 6 letters. We want to filter out the contents that appear on both arrays. So let's do first new array. New array is equal to new array dot filter, and I'm gonna do, this can be anything, we can call it anything, that's an alias. And we are gonna say if it is inside of array 1, let's see, let's if it's not inside of array 1, then we know that an element can only be if it is part of the array 1 or the array 2. If it is not included here, then we know it's only included in the other array and we can just take it. It could also be that it is not in the array 1, but also that should be not included. I mean, it could also be that there is some element in the second array. So let's try to explain this. If we only have items that are included within the first array, right? Then we take this and okay, this doesn't pass, so 1 gets deleted because it's included in the array 1. 2 is included, 3 is included, 4 is included, 5 is 4 is actually not included here in the first array, so it will be filtered into the new array. But it might be that it's the other way around, that there are some elements inside of the first array that are not included within the second array. So for example here, diorite, andesite, grass, dirt, pink wool, dead shrub. So it would be like, oh, they all pass here because we would only have this, you know, without the other statement here. But then it would pass like this, and it's not correct because there's pink wool here that is only in the first. It's only in the first array. So somehow we also have to detect that, and that's why we have the second part of the filter. And then we are going to return that new array, new filtered array that only has the unique elements. So another way we could do this is by just by doing this, and then you see here that indeed, in fact, that is the result. So we're gonna try this one. Okay, so pink wool, and if we take this out, let's take this out, nothing, because it just doesn't care about the second array anymore. That's why we need that second statement, that it should also not be included within the second array. Exactly. So now we run the tests and it's done. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and we see each other on the next one. Seek and destroy. Bye bye.